So one last little final thing that we'll talk about to wrap up some normal map stuff is let's talk about UV sharing, and that's something that is really common in games, and it's something that you can, really push pretty far. And I'll show you what basically UV sharing means, and it's a really simple concept. Basically, all you're going to do is you are literally going to share UVs. Isn't that amazing? Like, it's in the name. No, there's a bunch of different reasons why you would do this, and I'll show you guys kind of some of the practical, well, not all the practical applications. I don't want to build a million assets here, but we'll at least look at this on the cylinder here. And I didn't make a top texture, so this is going to look terrible, but whatever. You're not going to give me the normal? No? It's going to be difficult? Alright, I'll force you to do it. I promise you I'll force you to do it. There you go. Okay. Ooh, what do we have to here? Okay, and we'll grab this guy. And I'm going to scale him outward. And actually just expand the UV set. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't look insane. Here we go. Okay, so we have this little, here, let's look at this guy. We'll do it this way. Look at this wall texture here. And I'm just gonna, oops, didn't have my preserve UVs on. Oops, there we go. There it goes. I don't know why my viewport's all freaky looking. Bet you it's gonna crash at some point. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, I know what's going on. There it goes. I didn't have a secondary UV set for this thing, which is fine. I'm not going to set up one. Okay, and so if we were to share UV space, basically all we'd be doing is taking this asset. We'll detach them. And I'm just going to give me him. Take this guy. Turn off preserve UVs. So now essentially this asset is technically sharing UVs. Isn't that amazing? I'll show you what that basically means. This is a way to optimize UV space and basically optimize texel density, amongst other things. It saves a bunch of space. Now these things don't obviously need to be facing the same way, of course. Like we can, obviously modify that. Okay. Oops. Flip horizontal. I wonder if that's going to screw up the lighting direction. Doesn't look like it is, though. Okay. Thought I saw some errors, but maybe not. But yeah, basically it'll allow us to save a ton of space on our assets, right? So you can really, with this trim technique and actually like kind of sharing as much UV space as you can, and like actually layering UVs and stuff on top of each other. It's basically just placing an object in the same UV space or a UV in the same UV space. You can really get a lot of variety, and you can really push things really far, which is really, really nice. The other benefit to, something to watch out for, actually, I'm going to convert this to an edge here. And let's just really quickly, let me just do this. Modeling of edges, geometry all. Where the hell is flow connect? Oh, there it is. There it goes. It gives you a lot of power in terms of just being optimal with space, and it really kind of allows you to do a lot with very little. The thing you need to watch out for, though, and again, I know I'm repeating the same thing, but I'm doing this live, so, if we were to just move this over into our light map, or, our secondary space for our light map, we're going to go ahead and move that. Now remember, With light maps, they all need to be packed inside of 0 to 1, and they can't be overlapping, right? Because we're going to be sharing light data over the UV surfaces, okay? So we would, actually that's probably not enough bleed room for a light map. Oopsie, don't do that, Dave. Pack UVs. Just make sure we have enough bleed room. So that's just giving it, that should give us plenty of bleed room. And we should be pretty good. So now the asset's actually good to use. If we want to take it into Unreal or whatever, we could. You're not going to let me select that, are you? Nope. Oh, it's detached. Okay. So hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. Actually, I see a seam. Bum, bum, bum. That's not good. I don't know why that's there. I have to look back at the asset. I didn't catch it. That's okay. I'm bringing it up because, well, I messed something up, so I should at least talk about it. Let's see where that seam is at. It looks like it's right over here. So there's that. And let me just hit F2. Huh. Oh, it's right there. Oh. There it is. I know what I did. I'll show you how to fix that. My bad. Do I see it there? Yeah, it's right there. Funny. So this is literally what I would do. Like if I was doing this in production, this is what I would do. Let's just find a normal map. There we go. So it's this guy that's screwed up. This isn't a straight line. So we're not going to hurt anything by doing what I'm about to do. Control-C, Control-V. Yeah. See if I can get that to update. There you go. Yep, that fixed it. Oh, and this right here, like, if you're like, hey, there's a new seam, it's just because I didn't end this in the correct spot. Like, you do have to, like, you can't just put this anywhere. You do need to be logical in where your transitions and stuff are going to go. But, yeah, so I would just literally do that to fix that little minor normal map error. It's not worth re-ripping it. Anyway, guys, we should be done here with the normal mapping. I'm sure some of you guys are like, thank the Lord. He's done talking. Well, depending on where you're at in the video series, there's a lot more talking and a hell of a lot more heavy metal. So enjoy that. And if you don't, I apologize. But I think I call it most of where the music's at. So if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. Oh, something else, just really quick on just a total side note. I'm noticing this as I'm pulling this thing around. If you got circles, got to make sure your circles stay circles, okay? Like, super important. Okay? And this is like the easy way of also doing rounded objects, by the way, like cylinders, if you don't want to rip a bunch of stuff on cylinders, because admittedly, cylinders can be a pain in the ass. Again, there's a seam right here, so it's not going to terminate. But cylinders can be kind of a pain in the ass, so you can do that and, you know, fix it accordingly. It looks like, actually, this thing isn't tiling at all. Let me just see this really quick. Control-V. Sometimes this happens, because I was moving fast and I wasn't paying attention. Filter, other, let's do vertical. What the hell just happened here? Oh, my computer's, like, on its death throes. Let me save this video. Okay, it's back. Filter, other, awesome. I'm just going to check there it is. That's where it's screwed up. So let's pull the horizontal out. And it looks like I screwed up pretty severely, actually. So, let me see if this is going to work. Again, we don't have any surface detail on here, so you're not really going to be able to tell if this is like there's a lot of pixel stretching or any of that kind of stuff. We made a duplicate of this, by the way, so this shouldn't be that destructive. Filter, other offset. Now we need to do the opposite operation to get this thing back. Am I missing a gap or something? We'll find out. I think it's just my display driver on my computer taking a shit. Nope, I went the wrong way with it. Okay. Alright, so there's that. Control F to do the offset. How did I manage to do that? Control J. See, it's always good to show fixing your mistakes because, holy hell, this is something that I totally screwed up on, and I should definitely fix it. Filter, other offset. And it can be a little bit of a pain in the ass, right? Like, obviously, this is going to be... you know what? Let's just take it downward. Screw it. Let's just do that. And again, this could present problems, so I'm going to just try not to be destructive. I'm going to keep duplicating stuff as I'm going through this. And I'm doing the opposite operation so I can get the tiling back. Yeah, fudge. What happened? Let me look at that. Let me look at this. Let me look at this. Ooh. Oh, I'm like, this is the high res. I didn't snap it. That's why. I should have been able to catch this. Okay, so let's look at this really quick. We're back on the high res, guys. There it is. So you can see the offsets happening right there. Okay, so how do we fix that? Let's look at the mesh and see what we can come up with here. It looks like it's just this section here. Well, this is the thing I think that's contributing to a lot of it. So let's go ahead. And what I'm going to do is that this is going to get a little weird, but basically I'm going to make a plumb line here. And if I was paying attention, this should have been totally fine, because I'm talking about the speed of this, but this is what happens when you F something up, so you have to fix it. Turn that off. And now what we need to do is we actually need to snap that vert back on to this guy up top. So you can see right there, that's where it's off. Okay, and let's go ahead and start pulling this all back together. You kind of have to be anal about this, guys. I know, especially coming from someone like me, you're like, what do you mean? Like, can't you just kind of half-ass it? Like, you do everything? Not in this regard. You kind of have to be kind of strict about it, because it will screw up otherwise. And it looks like we're okay. At least as okay as I think we can be for right now. But that wasn't the only issue, so let's go ahead and drag this guy down. The next part was this guy. He didn't go all the way down. That's why. Bam. Okay. Now that, let me group this again. See, every time I try and get fancy and add something just a little extra, everything goes to hell. It's the story of my life. Let's see if this snaps now. Okay. And so now we're off here, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and say group open. Now that we have like this tile thing up top, now we can start making a little bit more of an accurate assessment of what's screwed up where. And I'm just going to move this until it lines back up. Zoom right on in there. There. Group. Close. All right, man. There you go. So I fixed it. I'm excited. Awesome. All right. Well, I just want to talk briefly about that and then kind of inadvertently show my screw up and me fixing it. So, yep. Awesome, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and let's keep on going.